Oh man, I'm just getting up. And look out you can, baby. It's Wooly.
Back again. Another message. Earlier this week, I know today's Wednesday. Earlier this week I was invited somewhere to somebody else's church. And basically they said that they have idols that they, say stuff to. Some people have idols to where they pray to and different things. So I was like saying, well, I don't, I'm not an idol person. I believe in God. I read and I do what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? As far as that, there's no idols. I don't worship nothing but God. You can't worship man, or you don't supposed to worship any idols, because we have a jealous God. So he don't like that. But anyway, it just reminded me a lot of Daniel, when Nebuchadnezzar, the king, how he was. He had the three boys that was better than his scientists and his astronomers that was around him. And remember when he did that, I guess it was like a gold statue or whatever, and he wanted everybody to, when you hear the music, you start praying to it. And the three Jew boys, they didn't want to do that. They didn't do that. They prayed to God. They prayed to the Most High, basically, And he wanted them to just, pray to this gold statue that he had. And they was like, no, we're not going to do that. So his thing was, he got his furnace ready, and he made sure his furnace was real extra hot. He wanted it real hot for them. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to put them in there. So one day he put them in there, from the story, and he would look in there, and a lot of times when he looked, he said he saw 4 instead of 3. When he seen that, he didn't know what to make of it, but in reality, it was God with them. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, and God kept them from getting burnt. So when he actually opened it, they wasn't burnt. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, he wanted to pray to their God, because, basically God kept them. God can always keep you, once you just keep your faith, because your faith is with the Lord, not nothing else, not praising no kind of idols or anything of that sort. It's not even written, God speaks about that you don't supposed to, but, some people do. I guess it moves them, or they get something out of it. I don't get that. They would really have to give me knowledge of that, because I don't get that. And for what I'm reading, no, you're not supposed to do that. So, it's just funny, And another thing, the book of Daniel, a good read, definitely a good read in the Bible. It tells you about Daniel being thrown to the lions, and how King Darius threw him there because they tricked him into the 30-day rule of no praying. And Daniel prayed 3 times a day. So, people got in his ear and told him about what Daniel was doing, but those were the people that got in his ear that had that law. So he put Daniel in the lion's den. And, God was there with him too. And made sure he was all right, that the lion didn't do nothing to him. But the ironic part about it is the people that was saying stuff about Daniel to get him thrown in there, he put them in with the lion, and the lion ate them. So basically, I'm coming on to say, always keep your faith. We know who God is. You know who you believe in. Keep your faith. Never shy away from your faith. Never put nothing else in front of you to pray to. No, you get on your knees, you pray to God. You pray to God, because God is the only one that can help you. That's our Father. That's who we supposed to pray to. That's who hears us. That's who delivers us from things that's going on. You could pray to the false idols. They can't do nothing to you, nothing for you. Basically, they just pieces of metal or whatever it is that people have that's just there. But you keep your faith. Once you keep your faith, you know what to do. You know it's God. It's only God. There's nobody else. Do not get into them false idols. Do not. That's not for us. False idols are not for us. God is for us. Okay, you hear me? My people, my loved ones. You out there, you hear me? No false idols. You pray to God only. That's who we're supposed to pray to. I just wanted to let y'all know that. That's who you're supposed to pray to, because it just bothered me that, there's people out there that sit around and actually do sit and pray to idols. And that's not a good thing. I mean, and I'm looking at the people that's leading them, and it's like, okay, it's like you worshiping them. And it's like, no, you're supposed to worship God. You don't worship man. And that's what I see. And I'm like, I can't do that. That's not what I believe in, and I'm not going to do that. So, do not worship no idols. And please keep reading the Bible. And from this tape, from what I'm saying, read Daniel. Definitely read Daniel. I read Daniel, and I like the chapter. I mean, I like all the chapters I'm reading. I like reading the Bible. I mean, I'm like, in a sense, like new to it, but not, because I grew up in the church. But you know how once you get to that certain age, you start running. You're not in the church as much. It's only you might go on certain occasions. But now, later on, I'm going to get into the story how I really got back into really reading the Bible. Because now I'm reading a lot of the Bible, and I'm reading a lot of the Bible, and I'm learning more than I thought I knew. Just going around thinking, yeah, I know, because I took a little passage from here and here and there, but never really sat and read it and put it together to see what it really meant. But, I just wanted to come on and say that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just something to uplift you. Please do not worship no idols. We worship God. That's it. You have them in your heart. We are like gods because we're made, y'all know the rest, in his image. So, no idols, y'all, please. God love you. I love you. No idols. And please read Daniel. One of the chapters in the Bible, just read Daniel. From front to back, just read Daniel. I thank y'all for listening to me. It's Willie to the... I can't say weirdo, because that's my old name. I got that when I was a kid. But I like doing the beatbox. I like making music. Something that, I don't know. It's God-given. Because I don't know how I do it. I just did it. But yeah, it's just me. I just wanted y'all to know, no false idols. And read the book of Daniel. I love y'all. And I want y'all to have a real incredible, great, enormously positive, great day. All right? It's Wooly. I love y'all. One.